So, what's devolution? Devolution is a transfer of power from the central government to the lower government, mostly the county governments. And this is mainly brought by constitutional changes. For the devolution to come, this was resulted as a way when people felt like they were not reached, that most of the government functions are held in mostly where we call maybe the capital cities. For example, in America, most power was centralized along the Washington D.C. So with the devolution, there was diffusion of power to other states. This is likely also happened to France, where in the 1990s, that is when this movement or the call for devolution started, because power was centralized in Paris. The same thing happened to UK. Mostly, this was brought about by people in Scotland and Wales, where they demanded greater power over their affairs. And you see, when people show dissatisfaction, it's brought when they feel that they do not, or they are not able to feel like they have a power to be heard, the power to be listened to, the power to bring changes to them. And mostly, devolution is used to address something we call maybe the multi-ethnic issues, maybe something called with the religion issues and the religious issues. This also happened in Finland, and particularly in Kenya. It was introduced in 2010. Actually, it had been brought, but upon implementation of the Kenyan government of the new constitution, which was then 2010, the devolution started in Kenya, and it came to be implemented when we had the new election, which likely happened in 2013. There in Kenya, we managed to have the women rep as an act of something called affirmative action. We had something also to attract, at least increase numbers in the Senate. Secondly, we had the governors. The governors were in charge of the county government. You can say they are the county presidents, or the one in charge of the devolved units. Again, we had the senators. That's how in Kenya it came to be. And in counties, how do devolution work in counties? Remember, counties are there to ensure that these resources are equally distributed across Kenya. Because, for example, in Kenya, you can see it is likely to happen that devolution came to, as a result, maybe you see most of even maybe the national member of parliament. The national member of parliaments have their offices in Nairobi. We have the parliament, we have many ministries, they have their headquarters in Nairobi. And this you see means that most actions or people who are in reserve or who are not near the city are not able to feel like they are well represented in terms of they're not well represented in terms of maybe resource distribution, in terms of their grievances, because those leaders are in the capital cities, so they'll not be able to experience the troubles those people in the reserve or in those regions maybe that are marginalized are able to get. So the county government, remember, the county government is a devolved, like is a smaller ruling party. Like we have the national government, the county government have their own president. And in the county governments, remember, when the devolution came, we had the senators. The senators, remember, in the national government, when you give someone power and it is not checked, it tends to be misused. That's why in the national government, we have the members of parliament who act as oversight over the national government activities, because they approve budgets, they come up with new amendments, so on. Secondly, we have the opposition leaders. These are mostly the national opposition leader, the one who comes second. In county governments, we cannot manage to have an opposition leader because opposition leaders are at the national level and they are not even considered. They are taken for granted. Their word cannot mean anything. So who are in charge? Who can act as an opposition leader? So because this gap existed, it was addressed by the creation of the Senate. The Senate are there to act as oversight, or they're there to keep in check the county bosses, the county president, that's the governors. The other way the governors are checked is through the member of county assemblies. The member of county assemblies, they are more like the MPs, member of national, the member of parliament for the national government. But at this level, the MCAs are the member of county assembly. Their work is to ensure they make and amend laws for the counties. They act as oversight. They also come up with an impeachment motion when the governor is out of conduct. With the county government also add some duties or some roles, maybe moved from the national government to the county government. This we had like the level 4 hospitals, we had like the secondary schools and the no, not the secondary schools, maybe the primary schools and polytechnics. These are based on county levels. The thing about the county governments is that the county the senators in the devolution, they are in charge of hearing petitions. They make policies. They act as oversight to also the national government, and they also approve or second the impeachment motion that has been brought by member of county assemblies in the in from where we had these motions. For example, we had like where the Senate approved the impeachment for the then county government of Nairobi governor, that's Mike Sonko, and for Kiambu, Ferdinand Waititu. And they currently, remember, they were also there to listen the impeachment of the deputy governor, which was rejected for Siaya over maybe misappropriation of funds, where he bought a seat worthy uh, 1.5 million. They have also handled impeachment motions for the now governor for Meru, that is Kawira Mwangaza, and secondly, they are now to listen to the impeachment motion which has been brought by the Kisii County government for Monda. So the Senate is there to act as oversight. They are there to also come up with policies. Remember, the Senate also include the women rep, who we say that the women rep was added as a form of affirmative action, also to bring something called the two-third gender base, to increase women in parliament so as to make decision. So thank you.